Today, I will be talking to you about some of my learnings from Joseph's leadership style. Who is Joseph, you may ask? Well, Joseph was a character in the Bible and the son of Jacob, or rather, one of the sons of Jacob. He was sold into slavery by his brothers out of jealousy. Now, I will not go into details about his life, but my talk will focus on his managerial style once he became the governor of Egypt. 2019 was considered by many entrepreneurs as a tough year. Many SMEs lamented of the difficulties that they experienced and the lack of cash flow to effectively manage their businesses. If 2019 was tough, then 2020 was catastrophic. One can only wonder what 2021 will be like. Amidst the challenges during both years, disruptors won awards, and innovative leaders created return on investment through a culture of innovation. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. You see, life must go on, and the role of a leader is to anticipate the future by positioning him or herself to discern future threats and opportunities and disrupting what is with what could be. In the words of Joshua Ogiera, who is the current managing director of Kenya Commercial Bank, he states, and I quote, "What we forget is that everybody sets their own journey. We are stuck in the past and we forget the future. If you want to drive your life using your rear view mirror, you know you can't go far. You need to be courageous enough to ask, can I disrupt?" I love reading my Bible, and specifically the book of Genesis onwards. The story of Joseph changed my relationship with money. It often puzzled me how during the years of intense famine, God never instructed Joseph to freely give food to the people. Reinforcing from my own perspective the following verse: "If anyone will not work, neither let him eat." Instead, Joseph had to plan strategically to be able to fulfill his role. So, number one, he researched and educated himself. The Bible tells us that Joseph went through the land of Egypt to understand the crops, the condition of the fields, and the people in general. Joseph understood the significance of the role of the job and his role in it. He did not take anything for granted. He researched about his target and the market. Remember that everything we do on earth contributes to expanding the kingdom of God. Joseph researched and educated himself to effectively execute the purpose that God had for him. Number two, strategize. The information Joseph collected helped him to strategize. The Bible tells us that he started stockpiling to protect his people from what was to come. Businesses today operate in a non-linear unplanned, and disruptive market. As a leader, what plans have you put in place to pile your stocks and ensure consistent cash flow? Remember that there are 3 rules for success in business. Rule number 1, don't run out of cash. Rule number 2, don't run out of cash. And finally, rule number 3, don't run out of cash. As a leader, what do you need to pile? Number 3, value. During the famine, Joseph sold all his products in Egypt and Canaan, thus collecting all the money of the lands. When the money was over, he encouraged the people to exchange their livestock for food before finally purchasing all the lands in Egypt for the king. Joseph was able to take these steps because he understood the importance of value. People kept going to Joseph because he had what they needed, and that is food. Are you aware of the prevalent trends within your industry? Have there been, or could there be, any regulatory or legislative developments that could affect your market? How has your business adapted or will be able to adapt around those trends? Remember that money is the representation of the value that is created in an economy. The value you create drives the income you make. Are you aware of the trends in your industry? What value are you creating for your customers to keep them coming? How flexible are you in your business to accommodate the needs of your customers? Number 4, being Christian not by words but by undertakings. Joseph prayed for wisdom to be able to lead its nation effectively. As a Christian, Joseph never took advantage of the people God entrusted him with for profitable purposes. He understood that his leadership position was to protect his people. The Bible tells us that he never bought the land that belonged to the priest and gave a seed to the people to sow in their own fields. He even recommended that they give a fifth to the king during harvest, yet keep the rest for seed and for themselves and their families. Does your organization's culture reflect your faith? As you prepare for 2021, the next chapters of your life could be the story of a leader who experienced a climb after a dip after a climb, or a permanent dip. The choice is yours.